And if I did things right, this will do. Yo, hey, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yo, yo ho. Yo, I don't know what I'm saying. This is crazy. What's up, people? I'm Xogue, back on Halfway Modded. You guys didn't think this series was over, did you? I wouldn't do that. I'm not done here yet. Now, I may end up streaming it, because those of you who have, you know, if you don't follow me on Twitter, if you don't do some of this other stuff, you don't know that I've started streaming here recently, which is really cool, actually. I finally got back into it. I don't know why I didn't. I didn't. There's a random bed here. I'm assuming I'm the one who placed that. But anyway, so, yeah, it's kind of a deal. I've started streaming, and I may eventually start streaming this. I don't know yet. I'm toying with the idea of keeping this one with episodes, since we have gone so far with episodes. I think maybe it should stay there, and just streaming other things, which I've already started doing. Like, for example, Forever Stranded Lost Souls. I'm streaming that. I've also started a new Skyblock map, mod pack map, whatever. That's, you know, I don't know, it's just going on now. Only one stream so far, but that'll be a stream series. And all of the streams, as long as I can keep up with it and it's not too tedious and I don't give up on it, all of the streams that I do will be posted to YouTube as well. At least for now. And that way, you know, you guys here don't actually miss anything that I'm doing. You know, you don't have to miss content if you don't want to. Some of you won't care. You don't want to watch a 2.5-hour video. But some of you will want to do that, and in those cases, there you go. It's available if you want to do that, so that's a thing. But, yeah, so I think we're going to be pretty good. Also, this guy did finish. I said something about AFKing for long enough, and I just kind of tore it all down for her and just gave her all the blocks that I mined. Kind of figured that would probably be the easier method. Is this on? It is now. So, that, I don't know, that's kind of a deal. In last episode, we did a little bit of Botania stuff. Now, we're not going to do Botania again today. I did want... Eventually, we're going to. I love Botania. It is one of my favorite mods, and I have been collecting more mana, so that way we can actually charge this guy up, because the Baubles thing here does take mana. So that's the deal. Mana. I just said mana. Mana. Yeah. Anyway, so you get the idea. It is going... It is doing what it's doing. We're going to let that grow. We're going to do some other stuff. Hey, Mr. Sheepy Sheep. Bow. Done deal. So, yeah. But today, I wanted to do something else, because I have added a couple of mods. I added a couple more mods to this, and the update is already out. It's been out for a day or two now, actually. But it is a thing. The first one is the one we're not going to use today. We'll eventually use it for other stuff. But we haven't used it yet, and I've added Cyclic in. Okay, Cyclic is a mod that adds a bunch of random, weird, odd things. I say random, weird, not necessarily. It just doesn't have a central theme to it. It just adds a bunch of things that the mod pack or the mod maker thought was cool, or thought that the game needed. So, you know, Frostbite, rapid fire, snow, and ice. Okay, rapid fire. I don't why. I don't know, but it's really cool. It's a nice little interesting concept. Mount any entity without the control of the saddle. So basically, I think you just kind of ride the entity, but you can't control them. Pick up a living entity and mount it on your head. Yeah, so you kind of get the idea, okay? There's a lot of things. There are a couple of machines in here, but they don't require power. And this, to me, was a stretch for the pack, because I am trying to keep it halfway, and I think as soon as we cross that power threshold into the machines and tech, that's when it's too far. This is about the furthest that I will go with machines, and I think anything further than this is definitely too far. But I guess I have said that in the past. I'm pretty sure this one's going to stay there. This is the line, I think, that is pretty solid. We're not going to go any further than this. But these guys... They're good. They do require fuel. So it's kind of a power source, but it's not, you know, the typical RF thing. We don't have, well, technically we actually do have hamster wheels, which do generate RF, but it's very, very low quantities, and I don't know, there's just some other stuff to it that we don't really have to worry about, because that's the only thing. We don't have anything that uses RF as far as I know. And if you take a look down here, you can kind of see I was trying to start working on the slime farm. And most of this will be torn down, and you can kind of see why. These slabs that I've created with chisels and bits are a little bit eye-jarring. They're a little weird. They don't look all that right with so many of the same block around here. Now, the block design is good because it does emit full light, and it looks kind of coolish if it's not used so much. But what I think I'm going to do is something a bit different, and hopefully it'll work with spawning. I've got to do a lot of testing first, but I think it'll be okay. I think we'll be pretty good. But basically what that's going to be is we're going to have a circle, right? So this block right here will be the corner of the circle. So we're going to have more of the bits from the sea lantern going in this direction to basically connect these two blocks together. I don't know if I'm going to do that because that does mean the border will have that green color from the lantern, and I'm not sure how that would look. It might be okay, but I might pull it back a little bit. I don't know. I might leave it like this. We'll have to see. I don't know. Maybe I'll use, I don't know, like a different white block, like quartz or something, just for the edges so we don't get the green. I don't know. There's things we can do. But basically what I want is basically a strip all the way around in a circle formation, kind of like that. And then we're going to have another one a little bit in, and then maybe like the very center have one. And that way the entire area will be lit up, but we won't have so much of this to contend with, and it won't be so crazy and eye-jarring. Most of this was actually built while I was testing my streaming stuff. My streaming setup was a little bit hard to set up initially. So I had to do a lot of testing, and this was my test because I was placing blocks as I was doing it. So I was making system sounds, and I was talking, and I was testing stuff. I had somebody in chat with me and all that other good thing. But that's just why it's so built up. I noticed the issue well before I got that far into this thing, but I figured I would just keep going. I need to get that design done. But now that I have that design, we're pretty good. Also, I did just restart my game. Between the last clip and this clip, I have restarted my game, and I have added a new mod. It's called Better Than Mending. This mod is fantastic. I actually just asked one of the people in my Discord group, one of the modders, if they would make this mod. But apparently it was already created, and the dude gave me a link to it so that we can check it out. And basically what it is, it does one thing. You shift and you hold right click, and it uses your actual experience down here from the experience bar to repair your items. Now, it's going to happen really quick, but if you look at the green bar below the number 59, you will see it go down just a smidge in order to repair my elytra. So this allows us, basically, we can store a massive amount of levels on us, and as long as we don't die, obviously, we can't die, or we'll have to go get our levels again, but we can keep all of our items topped off without having to go all the way to the end again. It's fantastic. It's really cool. But anyway, the other thing that I wanted to show you was actually this is, aside from Cyclic that I added another one called Magic Feather. The Magic Feather thing, oh, crapple. That's right. I was doing some testing. And I'll show you what I was testing here in a minute, but I forgot to turn this back off. But the Magic Feather, basically, I'm going to show you what it does, but you need to be within beacon range for this thing to work. But we need an elytra, and we need gold, and we need the feathers. And as you can see here, I tried to make one before. Now, what I was testing was this right here. If you look at this over on this side, NBT tags, 0 tags. I'm trying to take one out right now. I'm shift clicking, blah, blah, blah. Nothing is happening. I can take these guys out. No problem. Those all work, but these don't. They can't be taken out. It's just a bug in player storage right now, and I don't know exactly what it is. I'm in communications. I'm actually part of that project as a tester, so of course it's kind of my obligation to report all of these things that I find. But I did let him know about it, and I gave him as much information as I could. So chances are it'll be fixed before this video goes live. He is really good with keeping up to date on these things. It's really, really fantastic. But anyway, so right now that was the issue, and I had this thing on so I could give myself all of the XNet stuff that I would need in order to try the player storage interface to see if I could withdraw the elytras that way. Again, trying to give him all the information that he could. And I can indeed take them out that way. So if I really do need another elytra, I can go ahead and make the XNet stuff. But just so you know, I was using XNet I don't have like any kind of XNet anything. There's a controller in XNet, which is actually this guy right here. We had some cables or something from XNet. I don't have any of those. I didn't keep any of the stuff I cheated it, is basically what I'm trying to tell you. I just wanted to do some testing before I continued. So anyway, so what we need to do is actually make one of these guys. If we go to the elytra, we're going to pluck out one of these guys, put it right in the middle, and we're going to get our magic feather. Apparently I can make another one. We're going to get rid of that stuff. And we're going to go up top here. Okay, so what this does is as long as I am within beacon range, right, because we have our beacon up here, I can use creative flight. I am in creative flying and survival right now. And that's because I have this magic feather. Hold on, let's do this over top of this. And as soon as it leaves our inventory, or as soon as we get out of beacon range, it goes away. So this is a fairly easy to get, and there's beacon range right there, a fairly easy to get creative flight mod. And I needed this. I did need this. Okay? But I didn't want to give an easy way for creative flight all over the world. It had to be limited in some way to fit in the pack. So this is fairly easy to get. You do have to get to the end to get the elytra, so it's not super easy to get. It's not unbelievably easy to get. It is not the easiest thing to craft, but it is craftable. It's not too difficult as soon as you get to the end. And the reason I did that is actually for the base. A lot of times when you're around your base, you're going to want the ability to build and get creative flight around your base. So that way you can actually build down like all the way over here and everything. And you can do everything that you need. Just, you know, and I could build everything right now. I could do all of this. If I were to do, because, and here we go. I gotta explain a little bit more. Initially, I had this big island here that I had to remove, right? I gotta watch for how far I'm going. I'm gonna start falling here in a minute. But I had the big island. And with the big island, I had something to stand on to slowly build these guys downward. You could see I kind of sort of had it started. As I was digging down the island, I was placing more of the edges. And that's how I was going to do it all the way around. But because we had to move worlds, because things got sort of kind of corrupted and everything, I had to go ahead and basically the entire island, whoop, there it is. Am I within beacon range? I am. Okay, good. The entire island was then, removed. So now I lost my ability to stand on it to build this. So I needed a way to get some kind of limited creative flight so that way I could actually build this stuff. And now I can't. I have to move my beacon around. But that's just all fairness. That's game balance right there, and it's perfect. It works out really, really well. And it's going to help me build the base. And we can also use it a little bit to, remove some of these things, because it'll be really hard to land on these things with, the elytra. We could do it, but it'll be a little bit difficult to do. So I can use it to remove a lot of these little islands here, and I can start building the side of it. There's the range again. So it's going to be a little irritating, but it's certainly fair. I definitely think this is a fair alternative to what we need. It's really, really cool, though. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot, actually. This is probably one of my favorite additions to the pack that I've made. I think it is excellent. But anyway, so we need to continue with things, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. We're going to do some stuff, but I need to figure out what that some stuff is. So hang tight. It's time to do a little bit of roots action. Sorry, I was just watching Slipgator. That was a little copying of his mannerisms. Is that the right word? Mannerism? Anyway, that's a lot of saplings. And a lot of pestles. And a lot of it's a little bit of flowers. But it is certainly a lot of things. So, the deal... Oh, nice. Oh, I only got 2. Crap. Well, I did get Spellcraft. I think that's the one that I wanted. There are 3 books in this. The Book of the Natural Arts is this guy. You might have to craft it. I don't know if you can find the Natural Arts book or not. But this is basically the deal, okay? This is how you actually... Oh, give me you. Aha, I broke you with a sword, dummy. Dummy dumb. Ooh, we have that, what is it called? Chopper or whatever it is. That lets you chop down entire trees. I want to know if this chops down the entire building. I think it's going to. See how slow it's breaking? Yeah. The entire building is now gone. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Anyway, let's go back home. I want to check this guy out to see exactly how to do this. I want to do a little bit of root stuff. I've done a little bit of this in the past, but nothing too incredibly amazing. Within this tomb is contained the ancient power of spellcraft. I feel like that is not a properly constructed sentence. It bears a description of the method by which spells can be cast, a listing of known spells, and a description of their abilities. So there are things in the book. We're going to take a look at this to see exactly what we can get into. But first, a nice little flyby of a village that has a blacksmith, because apples that we can get from blacksmiths. And I didn't get one. Ender orb. That's interesting. I'm sorry, I have the Ender staff from Reliquary. Sorry, Cyclic, your Ender orb is not as good. Gilded hammer, magic hood, diamonds. We're just gonna go ahead and bam, we're gonna take it all. We're gonna do all of that. All of that nonsensical stuff. And then we're gonna continue. Ooh, I almost fell in a hole. Then we're going to continue going back home. Now, like I mentioned, there are 3 books in here, and I wanted to get the last one. If we take a look at these guys, these are all things you can get without the mod. Okay? And again, these are all things you can get without the mod. So it makes sense you can find them in a chest. But this last guy, number one, it's in a completely different section. They're not all grouped together. If we take a look, we actually need other materials from the mod in order to do it. So my belief is that I need to go through and do some of the herb lore, and spellcraft stuff in order to get these other plants to get the last book. And I think the last book is going to be one that we're really going to want. Maybe it's the highest tiered items or something. So I really want to jump into that. Of course, first, knowing me, big and bold, and you just go for it, But we need some birch bark. Now, this is one thing I did know from the past, actually, the last time I ever made it, is that we can indeed use these guys in order to... Okay. I can show you another mod that I've actually added to the pack, that this is very important, actually. But we can use these knives here in order to get bark when you chop actual wood down. But the mod that I wanted to show you right here is going to pop up little arrows here. If we take a look at this, the iron knife... Oh, it doesn't even have that. Okay, well, I have to get the materials from it. Hold on, let's do this again. Bam. Bam, I said. And you see that it turned into an iron cutlass down at the bottom. So if we take these guys and actually move it over into the crafting grid... Boom. So it's the iron cutlass first. Now, this mod is called Crafting X. And it allows you to scroll over for the second recipe. I think it should be in every single mod pack that has ever existed. This should be in vanilla Minecraft. Now, in vanilla Minecraft, there aren't any recipes that conflict with each other, which is why it's not included. But maybe Forge should add it, since it's kind of the thing that the mods are all built on. That's what all of them go into, kind of a deal. So maybe it should be a Forge thing. Maybe it should be... I don't know, but this should be in every single mod pack, but it's really cool. We can get the iron knife now. So what we want to do is actually see if we can find some birch somewhere. And we can start chopping this stuff down. And I don't know if I have to actually break it or not. Yeah, okay, it gives us bark, I guess, instead of an actual log. Yeah, so we have 1 birch bark. Do we get, I guess we just don't get the, let's hold control, actually. Auto pickup should be inverted for this. I don't know how much we're going to get. I have 5 now. Did I break down 5 logs? I think I did, actually. So it looks like you get 1 per. And I actually have 1 more piece in here that was auto-picked up before I started holding down control. Anyway, so now that we have this bark, we can combine it with leather in order to get the basic book that we need. Just the birch bark tome thing. Then we need to worry about the other materials. So if we go back to roots, there's a couple other things that we need. I believe we should actually be able to get some of this stuff. Everything, yeah, we have everything except the top rune block thing, which I can make. I know, well, I can't make it yet, but I know how, I think. And the same with the other materials. I was looking through the herb lore stuff. If we take a look at this guy, we need both the Terra Moss and the Moonglow leaf. Okay, so if we take a look in here and go over, we need the Terra Moss, which this is like the moonlight thing. We need 2 spruce and 2 spruce leaves. 2 spruce saplings and 2 spruce leaves. And this will output 1 Terra Moss. And then if we take a look, we go back to the top and we needed the Moonglow. This is oak sapling, birch sapling, oak leaves, and birch leaves. Now, the question is... Oh, and of course, the center thing is a white tulip. We need that as well. So if we go back here, we also need a piece of grass in the middle. So the deal with this is that in order to do these things, this setup here is actually something that's found in the world, which I've already found, and I believe you have to be in darkness. Not necessarily in darkness, but like at nighttime, I think. I could be wrong. Now, as soon as nighttime comes, I don't know if it's at midnight or if it's just when it's sunset now. Like as soon as night comes, as soon as it's like nighttime, and not sunset. Although I'm not sure when that happens. But I think there's going to be something that kind of shows up, because it says in the book that there are markings over here, circles of, there are small markings on the ground within the circle, 4 smaller marks and a central symbol. Grow 1 plant on each rune, and then things will be revealed, or whatever, things will happen. So that's what I'm thinking. Oh, look, I think that's a spot. That's the central spot. That's a tiny spot. Yeah. Okay, so 1 goes here. I don't know if the direction matters. We're going to do this one first. And I need to do this. So there's 1 here. Where's the other spots? They're going to be difficult to see. That's why I kind of broke all of this stuff. There's 1. Oh, that's not right. And then I need saplings. Where is... Okay, so there's 1 there, 1 there. This is the central, so it should be... Oh, there it is. Okay. And then, I don't know if they have to be beside each other or not. Where is the other one? Because it's not going to be this far. There it is. Oh, hello. Go away, stupid. Okay, I need to zoom in to make sure I'm not going to, like, be hit with a creeper or something. And then I need the piece of grass. And if I did things right, this will do... Yo! Hey, yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Yo! Yo-ho! Yo, I don't know what I'm saying. This is crazy. But the order doesn't matter, which is good. Bam! And then there's a new thing. I'm thinking I might need shears for this. I'm not taking any chances because I don't want to have to do that again. So I'm going to pick that up with that. And I got a thing. I should have held control. I'm not sure what it is. We're going to do it again. And this next time I'm going to actually hold control. So there's 1 here. There is 1 here. Oh, nope. Here. And then I need the other saplings. 1. Where was it? Crapo. I forget now. Right there. That guy. And then this guy. Bam, like that. I think that's proper. And then I need some grass. So we do grassy bits. And then we go like this. It should do stuff. There it goes. It's doing it again. Okay, so now... Well, we can wait, actually. It's going to turn the grass into a different block. Okay, and then I'm going to go to shears. I'm going to hold control, and we're going to do that. So it actually gave me 2 items. Okay, so... Oh, Terra Moss spores. So you can actually grow them after this. That is good to know, because I need 2 of these. Now what I need to do... I need to get you, and you... And then I need the flower thing. I actually need 1 more tulip, which I do have plenty of these tulips, so we're good there. Bam, and then you can go away. All right, so I don't want to waste any time. I don't know how long nighttime's gonna last. Holy crapo, man! You and your freaking me out. You scared the bejeebers out of me, little man. Just a little bit scared. Oh my goodness. Okay, 1 there, and then this, and then that. Yeah, good. I did that one right. That's good. I gotta think. There you are. Hello, thing. How are you? Give me my shearses. Again, I don't know if I need shears, and eventually we'll test this, but just cause. Oh crap! I'm holding shift, not. Okay, I must have gotten some seeds or something. I don't know. I was holding shift, not control. I meant to hold control. Doesn't matter. We can do it 1 more time, but we can find out what exactly we get. So you, and you, and then you go here. I kind of want to mark these places somehow, so that way I know exactly where they are. And I think you can actually do this stuff in daylight. So I think that's a thing. All right, anyway, okay. Control, and then click. I'm pretty sure we just get spores again. Yeah, Moonglow seeds and leaf. 1 leaf. So I have more of the Moonglow. 2 more seeds and 1 of those. And then I have the Terra Moss. Terra. Bam and bam. Okay, so we have all this stuff. This is everything we got from this little setup. What I want to do is mark the location. I can't put a block underneath it because I think in some cases you are going to need to like plant regular crops. So I'll have to till the land, I think. So I'm going to build a block up like that. And that way, when I need to come back and do something, I can just be like, okay, where was that thing? It was right here. And then we'll be good to go. And I think it does actually have to be grass, too. Grass or some other kind of block. So it's right here. How high? I don't even know how high that was. I think it was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Just because I like to be the same everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess 5? Was it 5? Shoot. Yeah, I think it was 5, basically. And then right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom, boom. And then this one here. 3, 4. Come on. 5. Stupid! That's the other thing I wanted to do today. I was going to kill one of those guys. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that. And then we have the center. I think it's becoming daylight soonish. No, it's still night. I think we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. Okay, so now we have these things marked, and we're going to try this at some point. We're going to try to do this situation with, like, during the day. I'm going to try to do this to see if it still works. I think it just needs to be night out, so you can actually see where the spots are. I think that's what it is. I am seriously getting attacked here. I've been in the area way too long. We have what we need. Let's get the crap out of here. What do you say? Alright, 2 things. Number 1, I forgot 1 piece of the recipe. The runestone, which also requires 1 of these. And I'm thinking it does actually have to be nighttime. I read on a Reddit post somewhere. It was from 5 months ago. But what it said was, in later versions of Roots, it no longer has to be nighttime to do 1 of the rituals. Or in this case, the flower conversion thing. So I wanted to test this real quick. So if we place down blocks, I found another one. That's the second thing, is that I forgot to mark our first circle, so I don't know where indeed it was initially. I'll find it at some point, but I needed something. And right now, I found one for now. So I don't know. And also, maybe it does need sky access. Maybe this will actually block it or prevent it from working. Because I didn't actually try this at nighttime. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to try it nighttime, and then I'm going to try to, like, replace one of these things or place them down. I don't know, something. Just to see if it triggers it back in. And we'll see if it works with these blocks here. If not, we're going to try to remove the blocks, and then, I don't know, we're going to have to figure out how to mark these guys somehow. I mean, I can put a block, like, beside it or something. I mean, we can make it work. It's just a matter of actually doing that kind of a thing. Okay, so this thing should happen here soon, I'm thinking. If it's going to happen, it'll happen once it turns to night. There it goes. So nothing is actually happening right now. Okay, so let's try to re-trigger this thing. Is that where the spot is? Did I get all the spots right? I don't know. I can't tell. Well, the spots aren't here yet. So I gotta wait a little longer? I don't know. Let me go ahead. Here's the spruce, actually. I don't need to search for it. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to wait a little more to see if this is just going to start working as soon as those spots would normally show up. I guess it is midnight now, actually. Huh. So I don't... Maybe it is the sky thing. Alright, so let's try to remove these for now. See if this triggers something. Yep. It has to have sky access. There it is, guys. Proof. Proof. And this is kind of a throwaway one. I already have what I need, so I'm going to see if I can punch it by hand. Bam. I did 3. I think I did. Did I get any more seeds? I didn't get any more seeds, though. Maybe shears are better? I'm not sure. Anyway, another thing that it says, in order to get the runestones, you have to throw these down in the center point. So, are you off? You are now off. Yeah, it's converting them. As I throw it into the center piece of this thing, I am getting a bunch of runestone now. So, that's the thing. I can just sit here, because I can actually throw out all of my stone here. We can just kind of sit here, and as you can see my runestone is growing up. I like the look of runestone. We're going to end up using that in other cases as well. I think I've started getting back my stones. So if we just kind of aim this properly, it should be able to do this, I think. Is it converting? It is indeed converting. Good. Okay, cool. So I can just kind of keep doing this, just to get enough of the runestone to actually do some stuff with it. It's going to take a minute to actually convert all of that, though. But after this, we will indeed have enough runestone to do what we got to do. Well, that is taking a while, isn't it? I mean, I know I threw a bunch of it down, but still, like, I didn't think it would take that long. So we have 108, what is that, 118 now? We put a lot of stone on that block, so it's going to take a while for this thing to convert up. Here's another thing that I think is pretty interesting. I'm just coasting into the area. As soon as I get close enough, bloop, I can just do the creative flight. It's pretty cool. I land wherever the heck I want. Anyway, so now that we have that, let's go ahead back to roots. That's not how you spell roots. We'll do this, and then we'll do this, and then bam. Look at that. We now have the Book of Natural Arts, and I am curious about what this one shows. Within this tome is contained the knowledge of the natural arts, the great rites of power, and the various mystic elements of the world. Standing stones, fairy dust, ritual of life. So these are the rituals. Okay. So in here, this is where we can do some pretty cool rituals. Fairy circles. If in your travels you happen across a circle of birch and oak about a shallow pond, take note. Such an occurrence is often the sign of a fairy circle. Okay, that's cool. At night, these circles come to life with all manner of fairies glittering in the darkness above the pool. I haven't seen any of those yet, but I know what they're talking about because I haven't seen them in this world, but I've seen them on other worlds. Drop from slain fairy. Oh, we gotta kill him? I don't want to kill him. Drop from slain fairies. Fairy dust possessed myriad mystical powers. The most immediate of these is its luminance. Placing a pile of fairy dust on the ground will create a glowing, multicolored light. That's pretty cool. Several. Okay, I'm gonna speed up this whole thing. Basically, okay, so Ritual of Life will regenerate the vitality of nearby creatures and boost the growth of nearby crops. Okay, so basically it gives you regeneration and crop growth. This one invokes a torrent of rain from the heavens. Keeps fire at bay for all creatures within its radius. Banish the rain, make days longer and nights shorter while active, and burn foul undead in its vicinity. That's cool. Will grow out existing groves of trees into forests and grow grass and flowers on barren earth. That's cool. Perform in a circle of 3 standing stones, each 3 meters high, also known as 3 blocks high. Rains down fire from the skies. That sounds really dangerous, actually. Of the winds. Okay, forces away all creatures with a mark of evil with a powerful gust of wind. 3, prevents all injury to creatures near it. Ooh, you become immune to injury. That's cool. And then there's an offering plate. So you got some pretty cool things in here. There's also some really interesting spells in the mod. And the basic idea, the basic premise of the mod is that you create the herb things. These guys right here. There are different combinations of materials, aka I don't know why I say aka. It stands for as known as, but it's really not that. Anyway, these petal dusts use materials from herblore. So that's where herblore comes from. You make those materials for these spell creations to make this dust, and then you can cast these. You can attach them to a staff and actually do that kind of a deal with these guys. Now, there's some pretty interesting things I want to play with, but overall, we're probably not going to use them too much. We're not going to go too far, but they are very cool and creative things that you can play with. I wish I remembered what mod. I thought it was Roots, but maybe they removed that one or something. And I'm, scanning through these so you can actually see what it is that they all do. But I've already checked them out, and I wasn't going to read them. But there was one where you actually click on a block and it brings it to life. Like I clicked on a grass block and it turned it into a spider, which was really, really freaking cool. I could have swore that was this mod, but I don't know for sure. And also, this episode is already getting long as anything. So today was about Roots setups, I guess. And we can play more with the spells and stuff contained within Roots in the future. But for now, create a flight, guys. Yes, you're welcome. You do need a beacon and an elytra. So you got to do a little bit to get it. But yeah, anyway. If you did indeed like the... let me heal my materials. If you did indeed like the video, please do hit that like button and subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Do what you do, and I will see you in the next time. Peace out, peeps. There we go. There we go. There we go. Fully healed everything because I have a lot of levels on me. Fantastic.